Okay, let's start this video off super fast and let's put up the screenshots. We've got the heavy assault rifle, the burst assault rifle, the normal assault rifle, and then the pulse rifle. And I have them ordered in order of worst to best. So the left side is the worst, and all the way on the right side you can see the pulse rifle, which is the best assault rifle in the game, hands down. Now, all of these stats and stuff is just going to be used to advise you on what weapons you should use for your playstyle, because different people are going to perform better with certain weapons, and that's just the way Fortnite is going. And I like the direction it's taken. I wish they would just do this the same with the shotgun meta. The shotgun meta, unfortunately, I will get to that in this video, but to put it in a nutshell, we're kind of forced to use the pump. And it's different with the assault rifle meta. Usually there was a meta before where we had the heavy assault rifle and the assault rifle. That means, the heavy assault rifle is a slow fire rate. You can't spray with it, but it does heavy damage. The SCAR, on the other hand, it's just low bloom, his consistent shots. You can use it for everything. You can spray with it. So it was just like the dark side versus the light side. You get me? Slow fire rate or fast fire rate. That's what you had. But now you've got so much different variety. I'm about to explain it to you. I would not recommend anyone to use the heavy assault rifle. You can use 3 shots with this gun. 1, 2, 3, and then you've got max bloom. And it's not like you can't hit anything with it. You're just putting your faith in Epic Games, and that's not a good decision to do. It's a bloom fight, bro. Don't use it, especially when you have such a big variety of weapons to get good with. Don't bother getting good with something that's going to just cap after 3 shots. You can't, skill doesn't even come into the question, So, burst assault rifle, on the other hand, requires a lot more skill, especially to hit that second shot from the burst. And they have an increased, a lowered FOV, but an increased zoom. This means you can't see as much around you, so that's kind of a negative, but the person that you are looking at, you can be more zoomed in on. I don't know if they did get rid of that. I haven't really used the burst. Someone let me know down in the comments, but irregardless of that, it's a great weapon. It can't really be used to spray. It's really good close range. Like a hip fire when you're in a box with someone. I'm not even messing. It's really good. It does do less damage per second than the heavy assault rifle, and it shoots less. It does less damage per bullet. Fire rate is a bit less as well, but it's for that 2-shot burst. You get me? That 2-shot burst is the most overpowered thing about this gun. And if you can get that timing down between bursts, it can do some serious damage, especially if you're a really accurate player and can hit the headshots a lot. Moving on to the SCAR, though. The SCAR is just a bit better because instead of holding 20 shots, it holds 30 shots. So it has an advantage over the burst rifle there. Its 100% accuracy reset is a lot faster than the burst. And it also gives you the ability to time your shots a lot better. Now, I don't really want to go in depth on this because I don't want to spend the whole video talking about it. But the 100% accuracy on the SCAR, you get about 5 shots with the SCAR. Unlike the AK where I said I had 3, the SCAR you can get about 5 shots before bloom takes over. And that's consistent shots. If you can just 100% accuracy, shoot, 100% accuracy, shoot, repeat that process, you can really get good with the SCAR and hit every single shot. I've had a video on that before. I will throw it up in the top right of the screen right now and in the end screen if you do want to go and watch it after this video, explaining how to dominate the game at long range and just, make bloom not a problem. So there is that. And then the SCAR has 198 damage per second. That's almost 200 damage in 1 second. That can be done with the SCAR on average. Now, that's not taking into account of bloom, and it does damage of 36 per shot. And look at the purple one here, okay? Look at the purple and the gold rarity. Purple does 35 damage, and the gold one does 36. Now move to the pulse rifles. Forget about the blue pulse rifle for a second, and now look at the damage that the pulse rifle of the, purple and gold rarity do. It's the same damage. Now, the DPS does take a hit. If you focus on, I guess just to keep it easy, focus on the gold pulse rifle and the gold SCAR. Now, the damage per second is greatly different by about 50 damage. But that's not taken into account of bloom. So on average, you're going to get, like it says 198 DPS on the SCAR. But that's not taken into account bloom, bro. Bloom is going to mess you up so much in that scenario. But with the pulse rifle, on the other hand, bloom doesn't exist. You can walk with this gun. You can hip fire with this gun. Bro, when you're walking, you still have 100% accuracy. If you hold the trigger down, it still shoots at 100% accuracy. That's where the big advantage comes from. It does do less headshot multiplier. Like, you're not going to be getting no 50, 60 headshot multiplier. I actually believe it's something like 50, 40, 50. but you're not getting no 55, 60, 65 headshot multiplier like the Scar does. But again, what you are playing for is consistency. You know your shots are going to hit, and you're putting faith in your aim training and your aim capability. Zero skill or zero luck is involved with this gun. There's no like, oh shit, Bloom messed me up. Oh shit, my shots just, whatever. Take that out of the question. How good is your aim? If you're aim training, bro, and then you start using a pulse rifle, your aim is going to be 10 times better because Bloom does not affect you. Luck doesn't affect you. You know that if you missed loads of shots when you VOD review and you know you died because you missed loads of shots, you know it's not Bloom. You know it's, oh shit, I need to hit aim training. So that's what you play for, bro, is consistency. Now, I've spent too long talking about this, so let's hop straight into the shotguns. That's what everyone wants to know about. Let's go. So, the same thing happening again. You can see on your screen right now, you have the TAC on the left, you have the lever action shotgun in the middle, and you've got the pump shotgun on the right. This is the whole shotguns in the game, and I've got them ordered in worst to best, like we just did with the assault rifles. And I'm going to break down very quickly why I say this. The TAC shotgun is the worst shotgun simply because of its damage. It says DPS of 132 on the gold, okay? And when you look at the legendary pump, you can see 81. And you could be saying to yourself, well, look, the TAC does more damage per second, so then it will win. The TAC has some inconsistency problems where it can hit 32s, 40, regardless of how good your aim is. And that is because the crosshairs are so big on it that, like, no matter what you do, it just doesn't reward players with good aim. And we've gotten to the stage in Fortnite where basically every player has above average aim. And I'm not messing. Everybody, the skill ceiling for the aim in Fortnite is insane. So I don't recommend anyone to use the TAC shotgun, especially with the lever action back in the game. And I don't know if you boys have noticed this, but Epic Games have been lining up this big update with the shotgun meta for a long time. You can remember last season when they nerfed the pump, and it was like the same way it is now. It doesn't do 200 damage. But they weren't nerfing it for that season. They were nerfing it, getting it prepared for this season. Imagine if the pump did 200 damage in this season. Now look at the other shotguns. It's got the lever action, which originally was a replacement for the pump. And you've got the TAC shotguns. Those two guns don't stand a chance against a pump that does 200 damage. The TAC doesn't even stand a chance against it right now. But the lever action is, in my opinion, the way the TAC should be. The lever action is that middleman that allows you to play the pump playstyle hybrided with a TAC playstyle. You can hop in people's boxes and do heavy amounts of damage to the body. And that's where it has so much power, because it doesn't do shit. Like its headshot multiplier is shit. You're better off actually going for a body, because when you aim for the head, most of your crosshair is going to be off their body. So you're better off going for a body shot because it will do more damage. You actually should aim for the body with the lever action shotgun. And if you do that, it actually stands a chance against the pump. But here's when the problem happens. Someone with a lever action jumps in your box. You have a pump, a gold pump. You hit them in the head, and they have a lever action shotgun. The pump doesn't one-shot anymore. So they're left on, 15, 16 HP. I'm not going to get into specifics, but you're left less than 20 health. And the lever action guy shot at the same time as you. So now you got hit for, let's just say, 100. Now the fight looks like it's in the pump's, well-being. But then the lever action guy has another shot, and he has to finish you in 2 shots. Because if he, even if he misses those shots, he has to hit 100 and 100. That's what he's got right now. It's 100 and 100. And now we're looking at the gold versions right now. The gold's body damage is 114. So in order for him to win that fight, he has to hit 100 and 100 thereabouts, or whatever adds up to that. He can't do that, bro. There's no guarantee in consistency that he can do that. And I know I'm putting it in the hands of, he had to, with the pump, he hit a 189, the max damage headshot. But you've got to look at it that way. But I don't know where I'm going with this, bro. I really don't. But I'm just saying, lever action in a box can be done unless your opponent has really good aim and he's using a pump shotgun of a high rarity. If you're playing for consistency, I can see why you would take the lever action, especially if you're just a W key player and can hop in boxes. You try and do that in trios, though, it's not going to work out for you so well. That's why I recommend the pump as the best shotgun, because of overall consistency. Its crosshair is good. Man, when you hit someone with the pump, you're going to hit a 60. With the lever action, you don't know what you're going to hit. And with the TAC, you definitely don't know what you're going to hit. So I would say play for consistency, play for damage, play for accuracy, and then just get better aim. Because if you're an aim trainer and you use let's say you practice aim an hour every day, just aim for an hour every day, and you go use the lever action. That's a waste of your skill because you definitely have the capability of using a pump shotgun. So why not just level up your skill so you unlock the ability to dominate with the pump shotgun? That's why I'm putting it as number one, because if you're a skilled player and you want to do well, level up your aim, use the pump. They go hand in hand. I'm sorry about the notifications, boys. I'm a busy man. Let's move on to the next part of the video. Alright, boys, we've made it to a part in the video where we're going to be talking about SMGs. But before I do that, it would greatly help me out if you liked and subscribed. But mostly, if you're subscribing, you're going to be doing it for your own benefit, because there's so much information coming out of this channel. We've got 2 videos going up every day, Monday to Friday. We're going to be doing more creative streams in the future. And we're streaming every tournament, which gives you an opportunity to hop in, look, ask questions, watch how I'm doing, watch all the mistakes I'm making, because I make a lot of them, and honestly just have a good time. Now, with that said, we've got both P90s on the left, the Chimera ray gun on the right. Now, it is a bit unfair on the Chimera ray gun that we're comparing it to the P90s, but, you know, sometimes you got to be harsh. The gun is really good, but it doesn't stand a chance against either of the P90s. For example, the P90s both do over 200 damage per second. So when you hop in someone's box, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. You have enough ammo, you have 35 shots to jump in someone's box and spray them to death. Okay, and you're going to be doing that by doing 20 damage a shot with a fire rate of 11. The only thing that Chimera ray gun has is a 15 fire rate. It does half the damage. Okay, look at that. On screen, you can see that the P90 does 20 damage. The Chimera ray gun does 9. Okay, so that's even less than half. And it has a fire rate of 15, which if you were to round it up, would be 30% more shots per second. But it doesn't really mean anything because it's only doing 9 damage. So the DPS on the Chimera ray gun is not as good as the P90. But again, the Chimera ray gun doesn't have bloom. It's 100% accurate all the time, 24/7. But that doesn't really matter, because when you're hopping in somebody's box, you could have the bloom of the double barrel. Okay, you know that double barrel shotgun that used to be in? It was wide as shit. Okay, you could have that bloom and you're still going to hit shots with the P90. It doesn't matter because you're going to be so close to them. Bloom doesn't even come into a factor when you're in a box. But if you wanted to play at a little bit more of a long range playstyle and not jump in the box with an SMG, you could use the Chimera. It's a perfect gun for it. If you wanted to spray someone while they're building, it's the perfect gun for it because it's got no bloom. It takes luck out of the equation. It takes Epic Games' decision of whether will your shot hit or not out of the equation. And it's got infinite magazine size with a cooldown. And what I've figured out is that even when you reach a point where you have to cool down with the gun, you can swap to a shotgun or any other gun, your pickaxe, your build menu, wait for the cooldown to happen, because the reload time is 2.5 seconds and it happens in the background. As long as you're not shooting the gun, it will cool down, even when it's not equipped. So that is another big benefit, that you don't ever have to reload. You can shoot your pump, spray them with that, swap to your pump, and then get in their box and pull that back out, and you never have to reload. And that's a big advantage over the P90, in my opinion. And its critical hit damage is a 1.2 multiplier, meaning it does an 11 damage headshot, which isn't really that good, to be honest. I don't really have a conclusion. I just wanted to put out all the facts. I do believe in my heart that the submachine gun is really good and is much better. But the Chimera ray gun, I feel like, can be played in a certain way that I have not discovered yet. And I feel like it can definitely be one of the best guns in the game. I just don't know how to use it. So I would greatly appreciate it if you let me know down below in the comments what guns you would like to see head to head. Like, I want to do the pulse rifles. I want to do a video where I break down all the alien guns in the game. And I would greatly appreciate it if you let me know down below if you want to see that by smashing the like button, all that good stuff, because it helps me out a ton. And I'm out of here. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.